I am creating this video to just give some insight into how it is to guide or lead a core editor meeting that has a lot of people, some active and most not attending a meeting. So as you see the screen right here, this is the core editor channel. So a little bit over an hour ago, I started then going through basically a structure for the meeting. So we have a note taker group to make it easier to kind of share notes with each other, creating an agenda, creating a summary. So with that, we also have a Google Doc, basically going through the meetings. We have a rotation schedule with various people. We have a kind of script for the core editor meeting. So we add different notes to what we need to mention and basically the structure of the meeting. And further down here, we have some guidelines and tips. And we also enable public preview, which is a plugin that's been added. So we are able then to preview the post with others in a note taker group to give feedback to the structure, maybe some links that are not working, or other formatting things, or something we might have forgotten to add to a summary or an agenda. So we also, for the agenda, need to have an event time announcer, create new event. So we basically do that for all the agendas. I will open up an agenda here. So right before, or yesterday, I made this agenda. So we can see the time here. So I can click here and you can see it's just passed. But this time will say in your local time. So if wherever you are in the world, it will give your time to when that meeting is held. So these are different posts that I'm basically highlighting for the agenda. And there's also updates based on the scope for site editing projects. So there are different kind of main projects going on that we try to get updates for. Sometimes we do, sometimes we do not. So this agenda is then published maybe on Monday and the meeting is on Wednesdays. And we get a few different comments here for instance, the task coordination, which is then the area where you share different things that you are working on that you want others to know about. And the open floor is also an area that you might have a question or comment or something you want to have brought up during the meeting. So these different areas for project scope or project here, sometimes we'll get some comments here about these project areas, and sometimes we'll just get it during the meeting, or we might not get any comments about it at all. So for instance, here we got this update from Dave. So one of the things I want to then continue onward here is that I have logged in. So I'll go to core. I've been doing it for maybe a little bit over 2 years, helping out with the core editor meetings. So I'll go to a post. So I will soon create a summary basically of this meeting that we had that started my time at 4 p.m. So I'll go through this and just kind of look at an older summary. So I actually guided the meeting a few weeks ago. So what I will do is I will basically copy the content from here, copy all content into a new post, edit the date, and just kind of go through and make sure these links are correct and the dates, the day here is correct, date, and also the different areas here I will need to adjust, as well as key project updates, task coordinations with what people are working on, and then the open floor. So I'll just fill in the new information and publish it. First, I will just publish it as preview. I will share with other note takers so they can just kind of look through and see if I missed something, and then I will publish it. So that is basically some of the process I go through with guiding the core editor meeting and creating a summary. And we then take notes that we use to help us create the agenda and the summary. So going from the core editor note takers Google Doc, I actually usually make just a note for myself before a meeting. So I have the different things I need to say ready to do a copy from here and paste into the core editor meeting to the different areas of the meeting. So I will show one more thing here is that I created a lot of agendas and summaries. So when I create a new agenda or summary, I make sure that I put in the correct categories. Here for the agenda we use general and meetings. For the summary we use general, meetings, and summaries. And tags for the core editor posts for the meetings we use, and this agenda, core editor meeting agenda and meeting. So I'm just for each post I create, I make sure to add the correct categories and tags.